Councilmember Wood Dawson.
Here.
Councilmember Oscar.
Okay. So we're going to, we don't have any meetings, no minutes to approve just yet, but I would like to bring in the closed session, discuss the closed session. So the Town of Fairmount Heights had a closed session summary on October 3rd. The mayor, the council, and the treasurer met in closed session to discuss staff compensation as provided in the Maryland Code General Provisions, Article 3-305B1. All right. I will start with the reports. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. Good evening, citizens of Fairmount Heights. I want to first start off this meeting by thanking my officers that are here tonight. I thank them for their time. I thank them for their dedication. I thank them for their hard work ethic as we go through a tough time in policing, not only in the county of Prince George's or the state of Maryland, but across this country. So I wanted to personally thank you in face-to-face, on the record, and let you know that I appreciate you. Keep up the good work. Now, moving on. My report reflects 5 calls for service, but it's actually 7 calls for service. So when I say 7 calls for service, this goes back for the last 7 days. So we're averaging 1 call for service in the town of Fairmount Heights for the last 7 days. When I say that, that's a generated call through 911. Any other calls that were generated through the police department via a traffic stop, a suspicious person stop, or any other incident that may happen in the town. We also took part in the groundbreaking event on Friday, which the police department helped facilitate the road closure that morning at 7 a.m. roughly around 1 p.m. It was a very successful day. The mayor, along with council members, former council member Waiters and former mayor Martin, attended the event as well. It was a good day for Fairmount Heights. We had a great turnout, elected leaders, and it turned out to be a great day, and the police department was happy to be a part of it to make sure that we can make things go as smoothly as possible. One of the main topics I want to touch on today for the residents here in the town: carjackings, vehicle tamperings, armed robberies. We're getting into the fall months. We're getting into the days are getting short. The days are getting shorter. It's getting darker quicker, and we, as citizens, family members, community activists, we have to make sure that we have to understand. We have to do everything we can do to hold up our part of the bargain. When I say that, simple things like locking your car doors, locking your front door to your house, closing your windows, making sure that they're locked. As it starts getting colder out, if you're using heaters, space heaters in your house, make sure that they're monitored. They're easy to catch fire, burn your whole house down. Checking your smoke detectors inside of the houses as well. Over the last 3.5 weeks, the Fairmount Heights Police Department has been investigating a serial car. He's a car theft person, but he's making his way around Prince George's County in a stolen vehicle, tampering with vehicles here in the town here in Sea Pleasant, Capitol Heights, District of Columbia, and the latest information that we've gotten has reached all the way to the Oxon Hill and Temple Hills area. We are working in conjunction with 6D, Sea Pleasant, and Capitol Heights, and Prince George's County Police to try to identify and locate this individual. He's driving a white Toyota Highlander 4-door with a Virginia tip tag on the back of the vehicle, nothing on the front. I made contact with that individual one day last week as I was riding down Eastern Avenue. He was coming up 56th Avenue, making a left. As soon as I made eye contact with him, I made a U-turn in the middle of the street and tried to initiate a traffic stop on Eastern Avenue, in which he fled and took off into the District of Columbia. MPDC was notified that this was the individual that we've been looking for, and they had units, patrols out in the area, but we did not locate him. He is still out in the area. He's armed because one of the vehicles that he broke into, somebody left a gun in it, and he was able to retrieve the gun out of the vehicle. So some of the video that we've gotten over the last week or so, one of them in the District of Columbia and one of them Oxon Hill, as he exits the vehicle to tamper with vehicles, he has the gun in his hand. It's in clear sight. Those videos and photos have also been sent over to all the neighboring jurisdictions to let everybody know the individual is armed and considered dangerous. If somebody's getting out of a vehicle with a gun in their hand, then they're considered dangerous. I don't have the exact address in DC where this happened at, or in Oxon Hill, but those are the areas that it happened at. With that being said, we've stepped up patrols in the town. If you're if you're out and about, you see us, you have questions, you have concerns, feel free to stop and speak with any of my officers. We've made numerous contacts with citizens in the town on a daily basis as we patrol. And all of our patrols are not in vehicles. We are out on foot, walking around, making contact, trying to introduce ourselves to some people who may not know who we are, and trying to find out whatever type of concerns they may have, or if there's any information that they want to report to us. So feel free, come to the station, see us out on the street. It doesn't matter. We're here to listen. We're here to take your concerns and put them to action. So 6 vehicles have been towed so far here in the town. Dead tags, they've been ticketed. After the ticket, then they've been impounded. So last week, Sergeant Morris, who is the field supervisor, attended a investigative school certified through the state of Maryland. So he is also helping out with breaking down some of this investigation with the white Toyota as well. So as we go further, officers will be taking more training, getting certified, and other things that are going to help the police department in this town. I did make contact with the county police. The last meeting we had, it was in reference to the Ring doorbell program. I did not get a response back. I did send another email today. So the only thing I can do is tomorrow, when I go to crime stat meeting tomorrow morning, is talk to them face to face and try to see if I can get some additional information in reference to helping facilitate more doorbell cameras outside of what I believe we have somebody that's going to allocate some to the town. So.
The CDC said they would.
Correct. Okay. And I stress this. It's not a whole lot that I can say more than this. I stress to the people, as you get out of your car, watch your surroundings and lock your doors. As I did my study, Fairmount Heights still has one of the lowest crime rates in Prince George's County. Some people, when I say that, they find it hard to believe until I show them the numbers. The numbers don't lie. When you only have 7 calls for service in 7 days in a town, the other calls that were generated by us because we're out enforcing the laws that are on the books. So we did have some additional requests made by some citizens in the town in reference to parking, which we are actively going corner to corner, street to street to see if there are violations for one, what is the town ordinance and what does the traffic law say. So I've also reached out to a traffic unit from Prince George's County Police to help assist with that as well. So if there are concerns and people want to reach out, please reach out. My number's available and it's public. And it's also, everything is also on our social media site, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. So we will not have a report for code enforcement, but we would like to wish Mr. Pinckney a speedy recovery. He should be back very soon. Chief, when is his return date?
We don't, I don't want to put the date out yet.
Okay.
We just want to make sure that
All right.
fully recovers. We know the rest of that.
Yeah, we're not rushing him, but, so we'll look forward to seeing him when he comes back. Town managers report, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, especially Honorable Mayor, council members, citizens, staff. Good evening, everyone. I remain standing because the first item on my report is to introduce our new town clerk, and I would like for you to welcome Ms. Daniqua Russell. She's employed as our town clerk. Ma'am, stand. She started on October 2nd, 2023. She comes to us from the private sector. She has loads and loads of technical expertise and experience. I'm sure all of you by now, especially the mayor and council, have had an opportunity to look at the new design for your business cards. She showed me today how to use the Q card, so I'm able to use that. So we welcome you. And I am just happy to have you as part of our team. Okay. Now, next item in terms of administration, we still have Ms. Priscilla Hodge, who's a CSEP employee, who also come with an abundance of clerical experience, and she's had the opportunity to work as a clerk with North Brentwood, and we're happy and will be elated when we can bring her on board. She too has a plethora of experiences and very, very creative. So we are really building our professional team with our chief, staff, public works, and all the people we're hiring. So I am just excited about that. The town's new, please make note, the town's new external affairs specialist for PEPCO is Mr. Daniel Teixeira. He was at our ribbon cutting on Friday, so I had an opportunity to meet him. I was excited to meet him. So please direct all your calls and concerns about PEPCO issues to him in the report, and I'll gladly email, I'll put my report online because his email, and he's with PEPCO Holdings, Inc., and so please contact him. I did receive a new list of street outages recently sent to me from the townhouses, 5600 block of K Street, the intersection of K Street and Cove Street, and areas in the rear of Hip Hop Chicken. So we're working. I also would like to thank the police. As a result of our ribbon cutting, I got an instant feedback, Chief, you should know that, from your staff, who highlighted some other areas that they thought we could be innovative as far as lighting, safety, and security. And I promised them I would get with them this week, but the week is almost out, but we will get together next week, perhaps on Monday, to talk about some of your innovative ideas, so I can bring before the council. I want to talk just a little more about the ribbon cutting ceremony. And this is part of my whole idea and our take on rebranding. I recall when I was the city manager in the town of Seat Pleasant, and the mayor at that time, he had us practice, you have reached the city of excellence. And I said, nah. And his comment was, if you don't think you're excellent, nobody else will. So I'm trying to get our staff in tune to having a similar greeting. Good morning, good afternoon. You have reached the historic town of Fairmount Heights. But now we may have a new twist to that. The innovative historic town of Fairmount Heights, because now we have the microgrid, something that is new, definitely in the state of Maryland and in the country. There were representatives there from Emera Technologies out of Florida. They are partner in this whole project. And then, of course, we had representatives from Pepco Holdings. We had the architects, the engineers. Everybody was there. People that I really, really hope to come back at some time to meet with the mayor and council on some of their new ideas. To Public Works, again, back on Friday, I would love to certainly thank the Public Works staff. The chief gave kudos out to the Public Police Department. I certainly give all the kudos out to Public Works. These guys came in probably before 6 o'clock that morning to ensure that the trash was removed, that we had trash pickup, that the sites surrounding the ribbon cutting ceremony, all trash was removed. They stayed until the very end, provided us all assistance, and I really, really would like to thank you. In addition to the information about the ribbon cutting ceremony, many of the staff have come to me to say they realize that this whole issue of building low and moderate income households, and especially having the microgrid and having all the amenities that you would find with people with high incomes, that can be offered to us. And I remember Councilmember Ivy said the very same thing on Friday. So if anybody's interested in finding out more money, you can contact Stephanie at HIP, or you can contact me. Again, I want to thank the Public Works staff for finish painting stop lines and crosswalk areas throughout the town, so they're about to start that. We are ready to start the K Street Market Circle project. We received $10,000 from Pepco and Sustainable Maryland. We plan to install solar lights into historic markers, and I did send an email to you, Ms. Leftwich, and to others, and I think I copied you, Susan, on the email concerning the design of the historic markers, because there will be 2 historic markers. One on Addison Road, and I'm going to have to work, Mr. Crater, you and I have to probably work with the county, because that's a county road to install. However, I'm sure that would not be an issue. And then we're going to install another at Market Circle. So if you get an opportunity, this was a real comprehensive approach in planning to a Main Street area. We are connecting the west side of Fairmount Heights, crossing the Addison Road, around Market Circle, to areas where we have pumped in millions of dollars. We have the park, the Pocket Park. We have, and thank you, Susan, for explaining to me yesterday the difference between direct cash and resources. My spill on resources is that often the resources way outweigh the funds we bring in. The building of those 6 houses, it costs north of $4.4 million. It's going to bring in a lot of employment for construction, architects, engineers, and solar energy. So I'm excited about that. Also, and in my report, I said that we would like to revise the trash fee schedule. I said see attached. I don't think did we finish typing that up? Oh, we did, okay. Okay, but if not, I will send it to you, and we'll probably get it on the work schedule for council input or approval at the next meeting. But that's something important that we really need to do, because often people set out items, they're not clear as to size and what items should be set out, so we want to really work at improving that. Also, economic development and the green team. I would certainly like to thank Councilmember Leftwich, and Mr. Pinckney got an opportunity to attend our last meeting. I want to thank you that we have up to 8 members. We have one of our members here today. I think Mrs. Capers may be coming in a little later. Okay, and so you're going to do a presentation, which is a very green project. We spent a lot of time really for orientation to Mrs. Leftwich, so she can have a historic background of all the projects that we've worked on, and some of them we're going to have to renew because we started this in 3 or 4 years ago. They want to update that information, but I'm excited because we're going to have 2 great innovative demonstration projects. One is the microgrid project, and we're looking at other ways that we can, and I know somebody put some information already, that using the residents of the town and high school students to create our own farmers market. Our green team meets Thursday, October 26th, 4th Thursday in each month. We've been trying to be at 6:30, but I think people would prefer, Ms. Leftwich, I did not pass this by you, but I think people prefer meeting at 7 instead because sometimes people need to get home. So I think when I do the agenda, I'll change the time. I know for the longest, we've had Councilmember Wood Dodson, who's part of the green team, and we have former mayor and Councilmember Waiters. I'm so happy that you're here. You've been such an innovative part of the green team, and I want to thank you for that. We have not, Mr. Leftwich, we have not yet set a date for the community development team, for economic community development, but I'll get with you on the side, another date to schedule that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Bowen. Now we'll have the treasurer's report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, citizens, residents, and staff. I would like to say welcome. We do have 3 new staff members who are with us tonight. Ms. Sarumi introduced Ms. Russell, Mr. Nico Russell. We also have our 2 new staff members from Public Works, Mr. Mazzone and Mr. White. So welcome. It's nice to have you all as part of staff and have you all at the meeting tonight. Mayor and Council, I won't be before you long. You do have my summary. So I will just kind of highlight it so that citizens, you will have the same information. We are 3 months into our fiscal year. Our fiscal year begins in July and it ends in June. So our total budget for revenue for fiscal year 24 is $1,129,789. As of the end of September, we have received $115,025.23. I share this in the beginning of each year that the first couple of months of the fiscal year is a little difficult, not for us to be able to operate, but it's a little difficult because we are waiting to receive the largest portion of our income that we receive from taxes. So that deposit will probably hit our bank in October, which we always are thankful when that hits our bank because then anything that we've had to put off that may be a large endeavor, we can then begin to plan for it. Our total expenditure budget for fiscal year 24 is $1,437,068. As of the end of September, we have spent $122,777. So again, because we have been operating in a positive, we've been in the black for the past, I think, maybe 8 or 9 years. We are able to operate during the times where we don't have as much income coming in as we do expenses going out. At the bottom of your report, I always like to update, we have 3 vehicles that we have loans for. So we have our dump truck, which we purchased, and it will be paid off in 2025. The balance remaining is $19,220. We also have a trash truck, which will be paid off in 2025 as well. And the balance on that is $59,409. And we just purchased a pickup truck, and the balance on that is $41,359. That'll be paid off in 2028. Now, one of the things that the mayor and council we can consider is once we take a look at how we are, if we want to make additional payments to bring those payments, to pay those vehicles off a little sooner. I want to thank Mr. Cradle because he has done an amazing job making sure that we are on schedule with all of our maintenance, making sure that we have our inspections done, making sure that everything that needs to happen with the vehicles is happening, and so I do want to thank him for that. Mayor and Council, we have several things that we talked about. We talked in our last meeting, I think it may have been the work session last month, or town meeting last month. I threw a couple things out at you, and I'm going to bring them back up because as much as I don't want to obligate myself to any more evening meetings, there are so many things that we have on our plate. One of the things I will share is it is difficult to get a lot done in 4 weeks. A lot happens in 4 weeks, but it's difficult to get things done in 4 weeks. And we have a lot of projects on the table. One of the things that we've been talking about and we've been trying to move forward with are our street repairs. I want to thank Mr. Cradle because I have worked him probably harder than I should as a colleague. But I told the mayor, I received a call from a citizen and I thought it was a very appropriate call. The question was the question was specifically where were the street repairs going to be done for the 2 sidewalks? And how were those 2 sidewalks determined? How did we determine to do those 2 sidewalks? And the citizen expressed that there were additional sidewalks that we should look at. The citizen did send in pictures, and I don't disagree. So Mayor and Council, what I would like to do is meet again to talk about the areas that have already been identified, to also share with you the additional areas. Now, I will say those 2 areas that were identified, those are severe trip hazards. We do have to address those, but I don't think it would be unfair for us to go back and take a look again at what areas we have identified and then what areas we have not possibly identified. So, Mr. Cradle, I will speak with you to show you those additional areas and then to get additional areas that we need to take a look at. And that's why I make the comment about it's so hard to get things done in a short period of time, because from month to month we're getting in quotes, we're trying to get things moving, and then additional things will come in. We have talked about the bathroom repairs, and at the last meeting, I think I made the comment, with the building inspection and with the plans for, we don't know what's going to happen with the building, let's find out if we're able to defer the money. If we don't, and Mayor Stewart got the answer to that, and that answer is no. We have to use the money. So we will still be good stewards. We will be prudent in what we do, but we do have to use the money. We cannot defer it. So we will have to move forward with what we requested, which was to do the bathrooms on the lower level, to do the front door, and prayerfully to do the bathrooms up here, because these are the first bathrooms that people see when they come in and people use. So we will move forward, but we're going to need to meet again to talk about the bathrooms and be able to make the best decision that we can make. I also want to once again thank the Public Works staff, because as I mentioned in the last meeting, that we did purchase with the ARPA money, which was allocated for the Public Works Department, we did purchase the leaf vacuum, and we spent $8,070 to purchase that. And we were able to purchase 3 backpack blowers, and they were $384 a piece. So we do have the 3 backpack blowers, we do have the leaf vacuum, and then this happened after September, so I'll give you the exact amount at my next report, but we also purchased the sweeper. So we have the sweeper for to clean the leaves up as well. And that sweeper can also help us during snow removal. And we said if we had enough, we would look to purchase a second, and we do have enough to purchase a second sweeper. So I think Public Works is going to be in a good position for the winter, depending upon what happens. And I'm going to wrap up with this, Mayor Stewart, because I haven't told you this. I did inform Mr. Cradle. The previous administration had, and you were part of that, but you all had, it was so much going on, we didn't get to this with you. Mayor Martin and I had talked about it. We had discussed the fact that we are not prepared for Public Works if we have a large snowstorm. We don't have anything in place. We don't have any where for Public Works, if they have to come in and be here for extended periods of time, we have nowhere for them to sleep. We have nowhere for them to launder their clothes. If your clothes are wet and they need to be dry, we don't have those facilities. We don't have the washer and dryer. And Mayor Martin and I had talked about that, but just so much goes on, we were not able to get back to that. So I would like to place it on the table with the winter coming in. I did talk to Mr. Cradle to ensure that we have everything that we need as far as uniforms, but we also need the next piece of it. And Chief, that's for your team as well, because when we have a major event, any type of weather event, our essential workers, whether you've been classified as essential or not, you're asked to be here. So we need to make those accommodations. And I know I haven't come before you. I put the cart before the horse because I wanted to find out what some of the needs were. But we do need to talk about that so that we can try to get things in place and be prepared and figure out where in the budget we're going to make that work. So those are things I want to update on tonight. Okay.
Thank you for your report.
You're welcome.
We're going to move right on down the agenda to citizens' participation. If anybody would like to say anything, you can come up to the mic, please. And I just want to advise everybody you get 3 minutes. Is somebody? Come on.
3 minutes.
How are you this evening?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Renita Flood Bennett. I am with the Fairmount Heights Community Development Corporation. On this evening, I just wanted to come and present ourselves to you and give you a little details about who we are, what we do, our mission, and how we hope to collaborate with you all for the enhancement of the community. So as stated, we are the Fairmount Heights Community Development Corporation. We are a nonprofit founded in 2014, devoted to a collaborative and collective approach to address housing instability, disadvantages in underserved communities, and provide economic development strategies, related issues that impact the community. FHCDC intends to partner with the town's government, public, and private entities to provide economic growth. We are currently a part of the economic development team for the town of Fairmount Heights. Our mission is supportive housing program. We provide housing and supportive services for displaced youth, homelessness, seniors, disabled, and returning citizens with the goal of self-sustainability and a positive integration back into the community. And just because I have 3 minutes, I'm just going to move through this quickly, and I will leave this with you guys to get the whole detail. But the synopsis is we do workforce and business development, mental health and wellness awareness, youth services, senior services, meal and nutrition services, provision, protection, and education. And we would like to work with you guys to make sure that all this is coming to the community where we all kind of started. And it just doesn't make sense for us to provide these services all around the town of Fairmount Heights and, to not come together with you all to make sure that we are pursuing all opportunities for the enhancement for the community. For today, our proposal for today is to serve alongside the town by a way of an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, to pursue funding opportunities, development opportunities, capacity building, technical training opportunities, implement businesses, increase family support, and other opportunities for the enhancement and the unity of the community. If we were so to agree to an MOU, of course, we will all have to speak about the details as far as the responsibilities of what our portion would be and what all you guys will contribute, and then we will have to come and go through an MOU in the next meeting for everyone to vote on if we will move forward with it, if so agreed on tonight. Tonight, we are particularly asking for a letter of support from the town to pursue joint funding opportunities. In addition, we do have a couple of projects that are underway within the town. The doorbell security camera program. We do have Mayor Stewart who will present that program for the town. We do have 100 cameras that will be donated to the town of Fairmount Heights for the residents. We also have a proposal for lighting in the park. The Pocket Park, I believe that's 6101 K Street. You do have the general lighting for the public space. However, it has been pointed out by residents that in the back area near the gate where the fence is, that there is some concern for at night that they would like some lighting. Now, we do have the funding to do that if you would like to move forward. We have Mr. James Capers, who was going to present via Zoom tonight, but we have 3 minutes. So, and now we have Jefferson Heights, 5500 Jefferson Heights. We do have the funding to go and work with vacant properties that pose risk to the community. If you have anything that you would like for us to do, we are willing to come into the community and to work on these vacant properties, to properly seal them, and to remove anything that can cause any harms to any one of your residents in the community. So at any point in time you want to take us up on that offer, we do have proposals together for you. We're on a 3-minute time schedule. However, we have the funding already, and we have the budget set aside for beautification for vacant properties. So if you want to move forward, we have the funding kind of just sitting and just waiting for the approval to say, hey, let's go ahead and get moving. So at any point in time, you guys can let us know. I did give you a sample application for the doorbell camera. If you so choose to use it, please just let us know, because we do have our own program that we will be rolling out. So that was just an application in case you wanted to use it. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One comment. Of course, speechless over everything. Would you mind telling them the amount of the funding that you already, you said that the amount of funding that you've already received?
Oh, currently, right now with the community safety project, we have $83,000 for that. And we are currently pursuing $780,000 for us to expand the affordable housing inventory within the town and the surrounding areas, okay? So that is what we are seeking the support and the support letter for us to go ahead and have the funding released from the state of Maryland for us to go ahead and to increase the affordable housing in the community for employees such as you, so you guys can have your home and we can assist you with down payment, closing costs to move into your home, or to rehabilitate the homes that are in the area that are currently sitting vacant and can be rehabbed and put back into use for someone to purchase a home. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, I don't know.
We're not accepting questions. If you would like to talk to her offline, you can, but not at this point. I'm sorry. Thank you.
And we did leave you with the document for receipt of the cameras.
Yes.
So, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I had to.
Our next, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Joyce White. I'm with the Citizens Association of Fairmount Heights. We speak for the people of Fairmount Heights. First question that I have, where are we on the ethics board? Council and Mayor?
So, I can answer that, that's a simple question. We do currently have 2 applicants
Okay.
here, so we do need 3.
Okay.
So hoping, I have posted online, we have announcements on the board, so hopefully we can just get some more candidates to apply, but we do have 2. If you guys know anybody that will be interested, please definitely refer them. They just need to reach out, giving us their letter of intent, sending it to us via email or coming into the office. But we do have 2 so far, so.
Okay, thank you. And the second concern that the citizens have, and the Citizens Association have, we didn't have a work session this month. And out of the Town of Fairmount Heights council meeting rules, they said work sessions should be held the second Tuesday of each month at 7:30. Town meetings should be held the third Wednesday of each month at 7:30. The following rules are adopted by the council in accordance with the authority of determine and order of business pursuant to Article 3 of the Charter of the Town of Fairmount Heights. The article of ensuring the town's business is dealt with in a timely, complete, and appropriate. They are ensured that issues are thoroughly explored, necessary decisions are made, and citizens will participate commanded or are given the opportunities to be held to have their concerns addressed and recommendations considered by the council. So we should have 2 meetings a month. Should be a town meeting and a work session. This is in the town council meeting rules.
Thank you. Have a great evening. We appreciate your comment.
Oh, thank you so much.
The next, anybody else would like to participate?
Good evening, everyone. All right. Martez Barnhart, President of the Citizen Association here in Fairmount Heights. I'd like to greet the citizens of the town. Thanks for tuning in to the TV station. That's the only reason why I'm dressed like that, because I'm on TV tonight. I got this big old piece of paper because Staples didn't have nothing to put it on a regular sheet. But just want to address 2 emails that I received from Mayor Stewart last week. Want to put it in record. Mayor Stewart, in one email, she was stating that if the town wanted a full-time mayor, that they need to convert this position to a full-time salary job. That her hours of operation is from Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And she'll respond to emails according to her work schedule. And I'm saying this for the record because we voted for mayor and council, and we didn't think that it was stipulations on hours of operation. So we want to know if that was something that the mayor was aware before she was elected into office, or this was something that she decided to do after office. That's the one email. The second email was pertaining to our police department. Our police department is doing a great job. They out on our streets. All my neighbors are saying they seeing them riding around with their lights on, especially at nighttime now, so we appreciate you guys for doing that. But Mayor Stewart also explained with the police department with the hours that will be worked, that they couldn't do a 24-hour service because they don't have enough help, which we do understand. And in her email, she gave the information of if we wanted to have more hours served from our police department or more officers, then we might need to go up on our property taxes or look at federal funding and other programs to try to help our police department out. So we all know our property taxes is already high enough. We live in the town of Fairmount Heights, small, we right off the district line. I mean, every year the property taxes go up. We thought when we were, establishing a police department, I know my 3 minutes is almost up, that it will work. It will work. A lot of citizens thought that, with the money that was given through ARPA and the money that was given through budget-wise, that we would have a fully functioning police department. So those are my 2 questions to the mayor tonight, because I think my 3 minutes is up.
Thank you for your comment. I appreciate it.
These are questions.
Next person, please.
Well, let me address the police department side. You will, I will.
Yeah.
So, me as the police chief, these are my officers right here. I can't work them 24 hours a day. I can't work them 7 days a week. That's labor law practice.
Gotcha.
They have to have days off to refresh, to be with their families, and recharge and come in here and take on the crime in this DMV area. So, with that being said, there are municipalities that are out here with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 officers and do not run a 24-hour shift.
Understand.
So what we do to complement that is we reach out to the county police, have them take on the patrolling duties and respond to calls. So when we're out here during the day into the evenings and people see us riding around, because we are riding around. We are responding to calls, we are checking on citizens, and we're doing everything that we're supposed to do. Everything. Now, when crime happens, we're not in front of everybody's house, but we'll respond, take the report, and do what we're supposed to do. The idea that, I'm not sure who your citizens are who have this concern, that think that we're supposed to be here 24 hours a day. What the mayor's statement is, that's my statement. Let's get some more officers in here. Give me a bigger budget. I can get 5 or 6 more officers, and we can run it around the clock. And I'm a chief that, when y'all see me out here, I'm out here with my guys. And most of the time, I don't get paid for it. My 8 hours are up, but I'm out here another 4 or 5 hours with my guys. I'm asking them to do it, I'm gonna do it myself. So when we're out here on these Saturdays and these Sundays in the rain or whatever the case may be, we are doing it because we want to move in the right direction. I know where this department came from. I know that I have the leadership and I have the right people in place to move it forward and get it in the right direction. That's the way I was bred, that's the way I was taught, that's the way I was trained. So when we get it in here, we can ride around this town with these 4 officers and look like it's 80 officers out here because we're everywhere all at once. So for people to think that, oh, we need them from sun up to sundown, it's not feasible. It's not feasible with what we have. If when we came in here with expectation, let's take it one step at a time. Officer Cargill's not even cut loose yet. He's not even counted as a body yet. He's not even counted, he's still in field training. There's no way that somebody can expect for us to be sun up to sundown. It's me, Morris, and Dela Cruz. He doesn't even count. He has to ride with somebody. He has to be with somebody everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes. Until the Maryland State Training Commission said he's met his requirements to be cut loose and on his own. But guess what? Anything I ask him to do, come in and do, all of them, they're here. They're here. I'm here more than I should be. I'm here more than I'm with my own family. And that's just to make sure we get it right and do it right. So I don't know if it's a complaint that the citizens are making, but tell the citizens to come see me and I'll break down the whole plan for them. I'll break it all the way down and then we can work together to better understand what's the role of the police department. Because last time I know, I've been policing for 25 years. I know what I'm doing. I know how to get it done and I'll continue to do that. And the biggest part of all of it, we're going to do it the right way, not the way things used to be. We're going to do it the right way by the law and what the rules and the regulations are. So that's going to take some time to get the right people in place. If we can get more bodies, but I got a good team right here. And I have full confidence in their ability to be out here and do what they want to do. So if there are any more questions, we can talk on the sidebar, or y'all can come to my office, make an appointment. I'm here. I'm here late tonight. I've been here since 12 o'clock today. I'll be right back here in the morning. So.
Thank you, Chief.
I want to comment on that real quick.
Mr. Barnhart, your 3 minutes was up. I'm sorry, I apologize, but we have to move this meeting along.
But
Mr. Barnhart,
okay.
your 3 minutes are up. Thank you.
We can.
Oh yeah, of course.
My next citizen, please. Would anybody else like to address the council? All right, so we'll move down the agenda. Under old business, update on property 707 60th Place. Mr. Hubbard, are you here? Please come up to the front, please. I'd like to introduce Mr. Hubbard. He is the property manager for 707 60th Place.
First, I want to thank Mayor Stewart for inviting me to give you all just an update on the property 707. Previous to the tenant that was there, her mother was there. She was a program tenant, Section 8 tenant, and we had no problems with her. Subsequent to her leaving to get a larger spot in Maryland, she approached me about her daughter taking over the property, and we agreed that she could do that. We received a security deposit and rent from her at the beginning. After that, her rent dribbled in, not from her, but from someone else who would contact me and let me know that they were going to be mailing me rent. Subsequent to that, that stopped. That person was no longer in touch with me, and we started the process of evicting her. On September the 22nd in Hyattsville, I received a judgment for rent and judgment for possession. 5 days later, in accordance with the judge's instructions, I filed a writ of restitution, and it was granted. And we are awaiting the eviction, which can't happen for 30 days from the time that the judgment is granted. The sheriffs have my documents. In conjunction with that, in September, on September 19th, there was a letter addressed to us by Inspector Pinckney, asking that we reach out to him as soon as possible. As soon as I got the letter, I reached out to him. We spoke. I explained to him what was going on. I also explained to him that any mail that this town had been sending to the address was not going to be forwarded to me. It had not been forwarded to me and was probably being thrown in the trash. His correspondence to the owner was the first correspondence that I received from him. And I asked him why we hadn't received correspondence sooner. And his response was he didn't know how to reach us. At some point, someone may have suggested to him that they look at the county records and find out who the owner of record was, and that's how we got the correspondence. I let him know that any correspondence that he needed to forward to us, he could send to that address, and we would address it. Subsequent to my conversation with him, in conjunction with the license renewal for the property, I got a call from Inspector Holden with PG County Code Enforcement. And his request was to do an inspection of the property in conjunction with the renewal of the license. And so he told me he would let me know the result of that inspection. I told him we were in the process of eviction and that we were not really interested in doing anything to the property for two reasons. First of all, there has been a safety issue in terms of me or any of my staff going into that property. And I let him know this. We have agreed that once he finishes his inspection, which he has, and he forwards me the inspection result, that he and I will coordinate so that whatever life safety issues have to be addressed in that property will be addressed with his assistance. In other words, he will be there with me for whatever we have to do. In the meantime, I also let him know, as I informed Inspector Pinckney, that once this tenant moves out, we will immediately address the exterior of that property in terms of the grounds and in terms of the structure itself. What goes on inside, whatever work we do there, we don't know yet. We don't know after this tenant whether we're going to raise that property, whether we're going to renovate it, and do, when I said renovate, go in and do what has to be done to rent it again. We just don't know yet what we're going to do with the property. It may come up for rental again. We may raise it. We've been in touch with the county in terms of what we can do in terms of building on that property. And I would think that those conversations would have to also include the town of Fairmount Heights. We don't want, and I can be the one to apologize for the appearance of the property, but I have to let you know, I can't go on that property without some official assistance, and I won't. We've done it before. I've had some of my guys who have been threatened. I've had some of my guys who've gone over and they were not allowed in the property to do repairs. So my hands are tied. With this eviction will come the opportunity for us to address the concerns on the exterior of the property, which I ride by often, and there's nothing we can do. I did hear from Inspector Pinckney that there was some cleanup done by the town. I haven't seen the evidence of that myself, but I can't say it wasn't done. I noticed a lot of the same debris that I've seen is still there, but he did say that something had been done. I take his word for that. So that's where we stand right now with 707.
Thank
And one second,
Yes, sir.
I address, because I believe this is next to Mr. Barnhart. Yes, it is.
Yes.
So I'm going to help you with your eviction process. I'll be at the sheriff's office tomorrow. I'll
Okay.
get your information.
Okay.
We'll try to get that speeded up as soon as possible.
Okay.
I can help you with that.
Okay, all
Now,
right.
the other part of that is you're absolutely right. Do not go inside of the house. Do not make any attempts until the eviction comes up and the sheriff's office starts the eviction. They don't have to let you in anyway,
Right.
even though you have an agreement.
Right.
And it may be a problem if you go inside. So this is an ongoing issue we have been working with. I spoke with Mr. Pinckney yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll get your information. As I go
Okay.
tomorrow, we'll get your address plugged in and try to get you pushed up as
That's
close,
fine.
as soon as we can.
Now, the PG inspector has told me that life safety issues have to be addressed as soon as I get the report.
Absolutely.
But he will be with me on that.
That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Harper?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, we're not taking questions from the,
For the business.
Okay.
thank you,
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Can I be excused?
Yes. The next agenda item is the harvest party.
I don't know if I can be heard here. Am I on, Mr. Gray? Okay. So just wanted to provide an update from the last meeting for the harvest party. We are deciding to move forward with it. I was able to speak with the mayor and Barnhart for assistance with that. So we do have the actual postings of that on social media. I'm going to be working with Ms. Russell to get the actual flyers out through Public Works hopefully next week. And that event is going to be running on October the 28th, and that time is going to be from 4:30 to 7:30. So that is officially now on the agenda, now officially a community event. So look out for more details on that. It's going to be a great event. And that's all I have for that.
So the next agenda item is reports. I'm going to allow the council to go first. Councilwoman Wood Dotson?
As far as what I'm dealing with is looking forward to Thanksgiving, being that I'm not really sure where we are in regard to what we were seated as far as the organizational, because we're not really communicating. So I'm making plans to work with building the Thanksgiving project, and that's my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Leftwich?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Just quickly, I did attend the Green Team Economic Development meeting on September 28th with Mr. Rumi. It was just an overview of what the Green Team has been working on and the things that we may need to change as far as the overall plan, but it was very helpful to address what we need to do as far as economic development and it's also the Green Team. And also, I attended the Net Zero ribbon cutting on Friday, October 13th, which was definitely a well-attended event, and I was very, very impressed with what they have planned. And lastly, just working on the residential repair program. That program actually is going to require more work. I was hoping that I could get it in front of the council tonight, but I see that that's not going to work, so we have to actually have a meeting via Zoom and try to address some of the issues that we have as far as the timeline and other things. So, but I do have the flyer, I do have the policy written, but it's just not ready yet. And that concludes my report at this time.
Thank you. Councilwoman St. John?
All right, I do see some new faces, so just kind of wanted to revisit some information first as far as all of our communication platforms. So we are currently on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, of course, YouTube, and our channel 11. We do have all of that information through, no matter which site that you choose, you'll be able to see all of the different links. We will have flyers, and we're going to start getting QR codes and flyers posted up over at the board. So if you guys would like to get your information a little bit faster as far as any events that are going on, not just within our town, but other community projects within PG County, sometimes Montgomery County, if it's something I think will be beneficial, we'll make sure we're keeping those things posted for you. As far as the website redesign, just want to touch base with you guys with that project. So what we've done since the last time we've met, we have identified the most requested resources that we want to make sure we have as our hotkey buttons. Those are things that as soon as you get to the website, you'll be able to click and get your information. We have completed the layout, exactly what we want this website to look like, what's going to go where. We were able to finalize that. Right now, we're currently working on the training schedules for all of the employees to be able to know how to run and work the new website. So we'll have multiple people making sure that we have the updated information around the clock. We are still on schedule to go live. We're looking to go live right before Thanksgiving. So unless there's any unforeseen circumstances, that brand new website will be ready right before Thanksgiving. We're still kind of trying to figure out what the communication team will look like. I'm trying to see if I can get a committee to be dedicated and help us to do all of these things. Right now, it's going to be myself and Ms. Russell is helping me a little bit, as well as Ms. Sarumi. And then our next meeting will be on October the 25th to go over our final design concept meeting. And I would think by the next month, we'll have a final report letting you guys confirm that it's live and when you guys can go and check that out. Some information reminders. We did get the question. We kind of touched on this already. We are still looking to form an ethics committee. We currently have 2 applicants that are looking for that, so we're still out on the prowl for more candidates so that we can start that process. We do have an open vacancy for council. We have gotten in 2 requests so far, so we are again looking for more candidates so that we can start reviewing that process. The use of the blackboards, just keep in mind, we'll have those out with the communications as far as meetings, as well as sending things out via social media. Our email address is working. I know for a period of time it was down. If you guys have any inquiries or you need to reach out to us, if it's after hours or you can't get a hold of anyone, please make sure you reach out to us at the info@fairmountheightsmaryland.gov website. We will respond back to you within 24 business hours. And then just a reminder of the rental facility that is open to the public to rent. Please speak with the town clerk if you are interested in doing a rental. Moving on for past events, I just wanted to recognize the Civic Association did do a community day last month. It was a wonderful turnout. People enjoyed themselves. They had food giveaway, clothing, diapers were given away. Food was cooked as well as given away. It was a good event. Also on 10/3, I attended a Civic Association class. I attended a Civic Plus meeting on embracing negative feedback to build positive relationships. So got some information back with that that I'll be sharing with the council to just help us grow and build. Yesterday on 10/17, the mayor also orchestrated us hosting a very informative, and I'm not trying to steal your thunder because I know you're probably going to talk about that, but a trust estate-based planning. So we had great attendance with that, very informative session. And on 10/13, as Kirsten has already mentioned, we had the ribbon cutting. Also, MML Fall Conference. I did take I did take myself to that conference. That was a 3-day conference, so I did take several classes, and I will be submitting a request to join the academy. I did decide to do that. And then for our future events, we already kind of talked about the harvest party. We also have a farmer's market. Please make sure you guys check out the flyers over there, but there will be a farmer's market on Saturday, October the 1st from 11 to 3 p.m. Aside from that, we also have Aisha Braveheart.
For what?
Oh, no, this one's October 21st. So, yeah, yes, October 21st. Yes, no, this is October 21st. I'm sorry. I start talking fast when I'm trying to run through it. I'm sorry, but no, this is Saturday, October the 21st, and it's from 11 to 3 p.m., 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. And then we have State Attorney Aisha Braveboy. She will be having an event on domestic violence. So this is Monday, October the 30th from 6 p.m. to 7:30. This event will be taking place in Landover, Maryland. We have all the information on the website as well for you guys. If you'd like to get more information or join, there's also a QR code on this paper. You guys can scan it and get more information. And then lastly, we have the business fraud prevention. And this is going to be taking place on Friday, November the 3rd. And this is going to be in Adelphi, Maryland. So all of this communication is over there. If you're interested, please take a flyer on your way out. And that is all I have. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Barnhart? Are we gonna be able to hear her?
We should. She's off mute. Wait, she's back on mute. You got it up? Up. Oh, let me see if I can put her on. Okay, say something.
Nothing to report at the moment.
Okay. No, she does not have a report at the moment.
So, this month hasn't been too bad. On September 21st, Council Leftwich Barnhart and I attended you went to that one too, right? The
Yes.
PGCMA meeting. First time Fairmount Heights has been at that meeting in over maybe a year and a half or so. Great meeting. We wish we would have went in person because they gave away very nice gifts. But they talked about how we can beautify the community with flowers. They talked about MML and the services that we've been receiving here lately from MML and how it was at one point very good services and now they're kind of dwindling down. So it was a great meeting to attend. We have another one coming up, I believe, tomorrow. And myself and Councilwoman St. John will be in attendance. I'm looking to create a schedule so that we can share in the responsibility of attending those meetings. So I expect all the council members to do their part. On the 13th, I did attend the groundbreaking ceremony for the Net Zero project. It was a very good event. I enjoyed myself. I was a little nervous speaking in the public, but however I did it. I thanked former Mayor Martin and former Mayor Waiters for their contributions to that project. I also thank HIP and PEPCO and Block Energy. And I would say it was a really, really great turnout for everybody. Again, I'd like to welcome our new employee, Ms. Russell. She comes with a wealth of information, and I believe she will be a tremendous asset to our team. So if you get an opportunity to call here and speak to her, please do. She's very polite, and she knows her stuff. The vacant council seat, we did send out the announcement, and as Councilwoman Leftwich said, we have 2 potential applicants. We will start the selection process. I would have to get with the rest of the council, but we will start, I guess, looking through the resumes and the intent letters to see who we should, I guess, bring before the citizens to select a member. Go through the process to select a member. I invited Mr. Hubbard to discuss 707, so I hope that answered all of your questions. And again, if anybody needs to reach me, my email address is mayorstewart@fairmountheightsmd.gov. And I'm going to end this with, I would wish Mr. Pinckney a very speedy recovery. I do want him to come back healed and healthy. And I have a card here if anybody would like to sign. Please do, and that concludes my report. Go ahead.
Also, I I did just want to say too, so as we move forward with meetings, we do want to be respectful of people's time, and move through everything, and make sure that everyone gets the chance to be heard, hence the 3 minutes, and for you as well. At any time you guys would like to present or something, we are happy to be able to allow that into the agenda meeting. So if you just reach out to the town clerk, we can get you added to the actual agenda, and then schedule you much more lengthy time so you can be able to actually go
Yes.
through with a presentation or whatever you like. So if you still like to present, we can possibly, if you have
Yes.
that availability open, get you on the schedule so that you guys can present for next month.
Yes,
But it will be for next month.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then the protocol is to contact the
yes,
clerk.
because we weren't aware that you were coming to speak to us today, because I would have put you on the agenda had I known. And then you wouldn't have had to do the participation, the citizen participation part
No,
of it.
that's perfectly fine. No,
So-
we
Thank you for bringing that up. All right, if there is no more, I will accept the motion to adjourn.
I second.
Can I get a second?
Oh, a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Oh, let me drop before, don't close the chat yet, town page.